Welcome back to Transformed Guitar, and this is Back to Basics, where we go over the basic building blocks of playing guitar, learning chords, learning scales, and piecing it all together to make us not just a guitar player, but a complete musician. Maybe you are someone who just learned all your favorite rock and metal songs from tabs, from playthrough videos, and you never learned what you're playing or why, just how to play. These are the lessons for you. If you're someone who is just learning guitar for the first time, or you're like a keys player that needs to learn guitar so that your church has a guitar player because you need a new one or, whatever the reason is, these are the lessons for you. We're going to cover all the basics. Okay, so this is the key of C. We have learned G, D, and A so far. So we already know the C chord from the key of G, but we're going to go over it again to, make sure that we know what it is. We've got the G in this key, which we already know. There is two new chords we're learning, which is the A minor, it's an A chord with a minor third. We're going to learn scales here in a couple weeks. And then it is the F chord, which is going to be the bar chord that we have in this key. It is actually the hardest chord to play on guitar as far as hand strength because we are right up here against the nut. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee here real quick. I promise it's not whiskey. And we're going to learn the key of C. Okay, so C, you've done before. That's going to be your third finger, your ring finger on the A string. That's a C note. A sharp, B, C. It's an E on the D string with our middle finger. So that's D, E flat, E. That's an open G string. Our first finger on the B string. So so B and C. That's our octave note. And then an open E string here at the top. So C sounds like this. Should look like this. So just strum around with that. Strum. Quarters. We'll get into strum patterns soon. C, okay? And then the next chord is going to be G, which we already know because we used G in the key of G and the key of D already. G is your middle finger on the third fret. That's E, F, F sharp, G. So it's a G note. A B on the A string. So that is second finger. That's first finger, second fret on the A. So A sharp, B. We have this. And then D, G, and B are all open. We've got this. So that's an octave there. And then we have the third fret again on the high E. These are the same note with our ring finger. So E, F, F sharp, G. That's our G chord. So we've got C, G, I'll learn the A minor now, which is like an E. If you remember the E from last week, it's that same shape, just down. Everything moves down. One string. So we have A, open A. We've got an E on the D string. So that's our middle finger on the second fret. That's D, D sharp, E. An A on the G string. So that's second fret with our ring finger, which is the octave note. That's G, G sharp, A. That's what we have so far. And then we're going to play a C on the B string. So that's first fret with our first finger on the B string. So B, B, and C. And then the high string is open, which gives us this. So that's an A minor. So we have C, G, A minor, and then we're gonna learn F. So F is one fret up from E. So if you remember E, again, E is this. We're gonna move that up. But again, since we don't have a nut, we need to use a bar chord. So we're gonna take our first finger and put it on the first fret here and bar the whole thing. You need to squeeze pretty hard for F. Okay, I can't even bar this. You're right up against the nut. This is the chord that takes the most amount of strength. Most of the time when you play F, you're not actually going to play it this way. But it is important to know these root position bar chords. So we're learning everything the basically correct way before we get into actual application. So F is you bar the whole first fret. You're going to use your ring finger on the third fret on the A, which is a C note. So A sharp, B, C. So this note here with your ring finger. You're going to play an F on the D string. So that is third fret, pinky finger. On the D string, and I know it's hard. Your pinky probably isn't very strong at all. But doing stuff like this is actually gonna make it a lot stronger. So, pinky is the F note. That's D, E flat, E, F, right there. So we have this so far. And then we're going to add our middle finger here. Which is an A on the G string. So second fret, middle finger on the G string. So that's A, or that's G, G sharp, A. Gives us this. And then we put that finger down. So putting it all together, the key of C is C, G, A minor, F. Just work on that for a while, switching between those chords. As I always say, work on getting them under your fingers and switching back and forth. G, F, G, F, C, down with those really in any order you would like, and it's going to sound like music. So those are the main 4 chords for the key of C. I really want you to spend time working on that F chord. Learn the bar. I know it's hard. You're probably only going to be able to hold it for 5 or maybe 10 minutes, and then your hand is going to cramp up and you're going to have to stop playing for a while and whatever. That's fine. I went through that too. Everyone who has ever played guitar goes through that. Bar chords suck, but they're important. So that's the key of C. Really get that F chord down and that A minor, and you will be well on your way to knowing the 5 major positions. We have 1 more to go. We're going to learn the key of E next week. That's all for now. We'll see you later.